Yo, what's up? This is Sensei. So listen, so I got a question, and I couldn't find the question again on my YouTube, but it was basically, how do I plan my trips when I'm traveling? Am I looking things up first before I go, or am I just going? And it got me to think a little bit, right? And this video is really for anybody who is thinking about traveling long distance. Maybe you're scared to do it. Maybe you're nervous. You don't want to do it by yourself, and you don't know what's going to happen on the road, right? A lot of times that happens. You could be a new rider, a seasoned rider. A seasoned rider doesn't mean that you are a distance traveler. Maybe you're just a seasoned rider. You've been riding for years to and from the bar. You're like, from home to the bar or whatever, right? So in this video, I'm gonna tackle a little bit on something to give you something to think about. Where is it going? I have no idea. I'm going to be just going to a rant, but it's okay. Before you start thinking about the travel, think about the kind of person you are. Me, I'm a spontaneous person. I'm like a free bird. I get up, I go, gone. I do not plan destinations. Like when I'm riding, you see like those brown symbols on the brown signs on the highway where it's destinations, museums or state parks or, adventure this and adventure that. I don't really pay attention to any of that stuff. I'm more like a road guy. I like being on the road. I enjoy being engulfed in the wind, right? I enjoy the vehicles on my right, the vehicles on my left. I love seeing all of that stuff. I like seeing the scenery. That's my adventure. Now, there are people who enjoy stopping at different places, okay? And we're gonna tackle that because I know both sides. My spontaneity is when y'all see me in these videos and I'm going to New York or I'm going to Michigan or I'm going to Detroit or Canada, or if I'm going up to Maine, which I've done all that on these videos, Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, wherever I'm going. I'm not really planning it. I'm not planning it. I have a destination in mind, like I'm gonna go to Daytona. Good, I'm gonna go to Key West. That's the destination, but I don't really care about making multiple stops and visiting what everybody else already visited. My thing is I don't want to follow. I'm not a follow fashion, right? In Jamaica, we call it follow fashion, right? It's like where you follow what everybody else does. Like on YouTube, there's a lot of videos where people already visited certain things already, right? Okay, I get it. A lot of people have been to Key West, but I did it because there's something on my list, not because other people wanted to do it. A lot of people have been to Tales of the Dragon. I don't care to go to Tales of the Dragon. Doesn't see too many of y'all there. Plus, why do I want to go on a freaking road where it says, high rate of motorcycle accidents or, whatever. I don't want that. I don't want to see a tree with a bunch of motorcycle parts on there. No, I'm good. Okay. So I don't really have those type of destination. My destination is just where I go. I get on my bike, start my bike, and I ride. I don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything by not going to specific spaces and places. Now, there are some guys who like to plan. There are guys who can't really ride without planning because that's what they do. They are planners. A lot of people like that, they tend to be more into corporate America lifestyle, or maybe they were in the military. They were planners. Everything they did, they had to get on paper and plan it. I've ridden with guys like that. I still ride with guys like that, and I love it because now I get to go and visit things that they want to visit, right? So it's phenomenal. I love that. But for me, my personal thing, it's more about just enjoying the road. That's it, enjoying the road. I mean, you're looking at a guy like this. When I talk about spontaneous, knowing yourself, right? I lived in the Bronx, me and my wife. Then we had a child, Dorian. Then of course I had my son before that. But then we moved up to Connecticut. And then from Connecticut, we got up and moved to California. Stayed in California for 5 years. Then decided to buy a house in the middle of a pandemic and bought a house out here in Georgia. I don't have a lot of family in Georgia. We don't have it was spontaneous. We just got up and took the chance. Never lived in Georgia, but I bought a house in Georgia. What if I didn't like it? What if it sucked? It didn't, okay? Because I move along with the vision. I move along with the purpose. I move along with just the love of the unknown. It is something about that for me that just feels fantastic. Feels great. But if you're planning your trips and you're overthinking it, I'm gonna tell you don't overthink it. What I'm gonna tell you is to keep on asking questions. You're gonna hear answers that you like, some you don't. But at the end of the day, it really boils down to you. So I will encourage you to take a 2-hour ride first. Go for 3 hours, unplanned. Have a destination. Yes, have a place you want to go to. Okay, when I went to Michigan, To Detroit. I didn't have a place I wanted to go to. I just typed in Detroit. And when I got there, I found a hotel and booked my hotel. Spent the night and came back home. I got pizza, by the way. Okay, I got Detroit pizza. Then came back home to Covington. So my thing is, you can have a whole lot of fun when you don't plan things. When you plan things, plans can go wrong, plans can change, things can get messed up. But sometimes if you don't plan things, it might turn out wrong too. But for me, I never had it wrong because I never had anything planned. Nothing was able to mess up my ride. Nothing was able to mess up my process of enjoying the road. Not even the road. The road could be messy. I'm good. I'm still having fun. I'm still la-da-da-dee-dee-dee. I'm still enjoying my ride. You see what I'm saying? So if you're planning to do big rides or short rides, and big rides for anybody is different. Like a big ride for you could be 3 hours. Maybe you never rode 3 hours. That's a big ride for you. 3 hours in a motorcycle is no joke. Or maybe a big ride for you might be 10 hours. Maybe you did a lot of 3 hours. Now you want to do 10 hours. You want to see what it feels like. For example, I'm going out to California this year, right? 2025. I never rode to California. I was going to go last year, but I went through some stuff, decided, nah, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'll do that this year coming because it's expensive, right? And we'll talk about that too, but I don't have any plans. If it was up to me, I'm going to ride with some people, but I think I'm going to do it by myself too. Because if I'm doing it by myself, I'm not stopping at no Grand Canyon. I'm not stopping at none of those things. I just want to get on the road and just ride. I've been cross country over 30 plus times already, okay? But not on a motorcycle. So I've seen a lot of stuff that's out there, but just being on that road is the biggest adventure for me. Seeing the transformation of the different trees, and then you get down into Mexico, New Mexico or Arizona, you're seeing the different landscape, and you're in the desert all of a sudden, and you go through Nevada, and then you're in California and all that. I mean, it's just beautiful for me. Every time I see a state line, that is my destination. Yes, I made it through the state. That's what I'm talking about. Now keep going, because Texas is a long state. If you're taking the 40, you okay. But if you're taking like the 10, you're gonna be in that damn thing forever. 20, you're gonna be on that forever. Figure out what you want to do. Do little test runs. Look up little whatever attractions you like. Maybe you like trails, maybe you like zoos, maybe you like museums, maybe you're a big fan of different historical buildings. There's always things to see in America. And I say see America. There's nothing wrong with seeing America. And I'm all for it. But I also want you to do it where you just go and ride your bike with no real destination and just ride your bike and see how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I mention expensive, ground pounding really is expensive. So you have to put yourself a little fun account together, like a little bank account, ground pounders account, where you just keep on paying yourself some money, put some money away for that, for your travels, for your trips. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy, but try to keep it at least $1,000. $1,000 is gonna cover a whole lot of things when you're within a 12-hour, 15-hour ride limit. But if you're going, let's say you're doing 25 hours, like going to California, depending on where you are in the world, you don't need at least 2,500 to 3,000 because you're going and coming. You're spending the money you're going and you're spending the money coming back. Whatever you spend going, you're gonna spend about the same coming back. You see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, you might spend more coming back because the excitement is not there no more. When you're excited to go someplace, then you got more energy to ride even longer and a little further, which means less hotel times, right? But when you come back home, it's kind of like, you're kind of bored. And it's like, damn it, you stop at a hotel. That's $150, $125, even if it's $85. Do that 5 times. Do $85 5 times. What's that? 80 times 5. Help me out. What's 5 times 8? Huh? I don't know. That's 40, right? Is that what it is? I don't even know. My brain is not thinking properly right now. But I'm going to give you the math right now because we're going to do the math together. So when you look at this, and I go, let's say you find a hotel that's $85. You do that 5 times. 85 times that by 5. Let's just say that's $425. Okay, I was right. So $425. I think that's what I said. So you got $425. Let's say you spending that 5 hotel stays and you times that by 2. That's $850. Okay? I'm talking about when you're taking long rides. And if you don't have no stamina, you're going to be doing that anyway. If you're doing 15 hours, you figure you might be able to sustain 4 or 5 hours. If you don't have stamina, 5 hours is a lot. So let's say you find an average hotel. Let's be realistic. You find a nice hotel and the hotel is $125. And you stop 3 times within a 15-hour ride. 15 hours is a long time on the road. So you times that by 3 at 125. That's 375. 375 times 2, what's that? 750? Let me check to make sure my math is good on this. 750. All right? That's 750 bucks. Where am I at? That's a lot of money right there. Okay? Now, you figure 750, the average food. Either you're going to starve yourself or you're going to eat something. The average person is spending at least, what, $25 on a meal? So you put 750 plus, let's say you do 3 meals. So let's say you do 4 meals. So call it 25. That's another $100. That's $850. Gas. Now you're figuring 15 hours, every 2 hours, you're filling up. It's going to cost you about $15, $12, depending on how much you're filling up and how much you want your gas to, how far you let your gas go. So we'll do 15 times, how much I want to do 15 by? Let's do 15 by 7, okay? So we got $850, so we got $15 times that by 7. That's $105. That's one trip, plus the $850. That's $955. You figure you're coming back. You see what I'm saying? The money goes up. So when you're planning your trips, don't forget to plan in the money, because the money is tricky. You're thinking, oh, this is easy. I can get on the road and do what I got to. No, it costs money. And the most expensive thing is the hotels. Now, if you are a person who don't mind camping out, you can save money by going on the camping grounds and camp out there. Take out your little tent, get your little blow up pillows and your little blow up mattress and enjoy your time in the woods. If you're not afraid of the woods. Like if you hear the Sasquatch coming after you and you scared of a little cricket or a little sound of a bat, then the woods ain't for you. Go stay in a hotel. But either way you look at it, it's gonna cost money. So when you're traveling and you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing this and you're doing that, you got to plan out the money. You have to plan out the route that you're gonna take. That's one thing I'll tell you to do, is plan out the route. I don't really plan the route, but they have a lot of apps that you can plan the route of where you wanna go. You can look at the weather in advance. They have so many different apps. But because I am a person who enjoys being in the unknown, I don't wanna know everything. I like surprises. I like the element of surprise. I wanna see how I respond to certain things, okay? How am I going to detour? How am I going to deal with the rainstorm? How am I going to deal if I see a freaking herd of elks crossing the road during this time and I didn't look it up, that this is the time that they're going to be crossing these roads? How am I going to deal with that, right? So I personally just love that. You don't have to be that guy. I'm just crazy like that. I'm different. And you could be different. You might be the same as me. But if you haven't traveled on your bike, then how you know? You're not going to know until you do it. You know what I'm saying? So traveling is fun. I enjoy every minute of it. Sometimes when I'm riding, I have my own little personal moments where I'll shed tears. I'll sit back and I'll reflect on the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad, the beauty. I'll reflect on a lot of that stuff. It's really therapy for my spirit, my mind. My motorcycle is not my everything. A lot of guys talk a crap, oh, the motorcycle is my everything. No, it's not. For me, it's not. The motorcycle is not my everything. The motorcycle is just one tool that I can use to help me to gravitate towards a better me when I get back home. Okay? But so is my gym. So is my Netflix account. So is the brothers that's in my circle. You know what I'm saying? So the motorcycle for me is not my everything. But those rides is everything. Those rides is everything. Getting on that bike and just enjoying the road. Either I'm by myself or with other people. It don't matter. So I hope that this video helped you to kind of, to think a little bit about certain things. And, you don't know if you want to plan the ride or just go on a ride spontaneously. Try both, man. Just really enjoy it, all right? This is Sensei. I don't know what the hell I said in this video. I'm about to go work out and take my pre-workout, go pump some iron, do what I got to do. Just had to spend $3,500 on my transmission on my truck. But guess what? It's okay. It's all right. It could have been $7,000. So I'm happy I got to meet the right people. And what else am I going to do today? I'm going to wait for my brother to come over here so I can kick his ass. All right? I'm going to beat his ass in the gym. We're doing 225. Well, I'm doing 225 for 100 reps. He's going to do 185 for maybe 50 reps. All right? But it's going to be brutal. All right? So listen, let's get these miles. Let's get that money. Let's get the freaking muscle. All right? I'm out. Peace.